So this isn't the first time I tried to make a comeback. I've done this before, and it turned out to be a horrible experience, which is just as well because I had made a couple of hasty decisions that I had to walk back and redo. The biggest decision was taking on a pen name. For a while, I assumed the name Oliver D. King. That was the name of my great-grandfather that I remember telling me lots of stories. It felt like a great author name, and there was a personal connection to it. And I had actually played with using it as a pen name years earlier before I wrote Winter. And I was trying to write some of my other things. I was using that kind of tentatively. So I rebranded all 4 of my books, built a new website, and here's Winter, Oliver D. King. I had blogs and things changed to the new name. I was meticulously trying to scrub any evidence that I, Kevin Newsom, was ever a writer and that I was always Oliver D. King. The reasoning at the time felt sound. If I was going to be in full-time ministry, I could write under a different name and no one would have to know. Of course, that's ridiculous because how was I supposed to build any support if I never talked about it? But it felt like the safer route. If they didn't want to get to know Oliver King, they didn't have to. Everything was going smoothly. I'd written and published a short story under that name, which was an award finalist and incidentally was from the world of my 8-year project. It was selected for a podcast feature. I was reconnecting with my Realm Makers people and had made plans to have a setup at their booth, Realm Makers booth at a homeschool convention. And that was to be my first big public appearance as Oliver D. King and my first book signing in probably about 5 or 6 years. About all of this stock, I just showed you the copy of Winter and swag and everything was ready. And then, well, that year was 2020. You can all probably guess what happened. It was the absolute worst timing to try to make a comeback with a new pen name. All of that momentum got squashed. Ministry went into overdrive at the time. And by the time I resurfaced and could think again, I had changed my mind about the pen name. After reading several books on Christian creativity, I came to the conclusion that this was a part of who I was and a part of the ministry God had called me to. So I wasn't going to be ashamed of that or try to hide it. And I just decided I didn't care what others thought about it anymore. And I was going to do what God had called me to do. But it was a long process to take back my old branding, my real name, and to get the books back where they were to begin with. In fact, I still haven't bought new stock because I created brand new covers with that pen name when I released it. I put my real name onto those covers when I changed everything back, but I still haven't bought new stock with the new covers with my name on it, even after I did all that branding to go back. We can, as far as I'm concerned, I just want us all to agree that the pen name thing never happened. If you come across some of these books of Oliver D. King, there might be a few in the wild. I'd love to see them. It's sort of a relic left over of my writing history when I made the mistake and tried to switch to a pen name during the year 2020.